The acclaimed 2018 Kenyan feature film Rafiki tells the story of a same-sex relationship between two women, Kena and Ziki, with the talented writer and director Wanuri Kahiu employing stunning, juxtaposed pastel color grading, eloquent symbolic representations of color, and representational framing of camera shots, to present varied forms of love changing over time, and to characterize love as shaped by the environments and institutions that surround it, from the Christian church to urban Kenya. Rafiki examines these ideas through the lens of three relationships: the blossoming romantic relationship between Kena and Ziki, the post-romance relationship between Kena's mother Mercy and father John, and the relationship between the characters of the film and the Christian church. Kena and Ziki's story displays the progression of a same-sex romantic relationship in Nairobi, with pastel color grading, joyous Kenyan music, and narrative-specific framing. Their relationship establishes same-sex love as present and beautiful in an urban Kenya, years after the constitutional banning of same-sex marriage, finding hope for same-sex love persisting through and transcending the circumstances that predicate it. Wanuri Kahiu provokes a lovelorn feeling and emphasizes the early difficulties of their relationship in Nairobi by initially choosing cut shots to portray the interactions, placing the two in separate frames. As they become closer romantically, so too do they become closer in frame, with the final shot of the film being a single frame shot of Ziki's hand on Kena's shoulder, a signal of hope. Scenes of love between the two shift the tone of the film, with the color grading moving from more true to life when representing the wider world, into a beautiful pastel-tinged dreamscape of love, and the repeated use of lens flare in these scenes adds to this effect, sparking a feeling of beauty and dreamlike joy as their relationship progresses, and showing how their love, while impacted by their surroundings, is able to transcend them in these moments. Joyous music from Kenyan artists accompany these scenes, creating a loving homage to same-sex love that is distinctly Kenyan, and juxtaposing the musicality of their love with the ordinary diegetic sounds of the world outside. In contrast, John and Mercy's relationship shows the ending of love, exploring love falling apart and drifting in new directions, through symbolic use of color. Throughout the film, John is consistently associated with green, from the political posters blasted to walls to the cap he wears, while Mercy is connected to the color red through costuming and backdrops. Mercy remains attached to John after their split, seen through the green and red mix of her apartment walls. As she discovers that John is having a baby, the green in shots of her apartment lessens, and as her and John clash over Kena's sexuality, love is finally entirely lost, with the colors fully divorced from one another, emphasized by rapid cutting shots. In contrast, from the start of the movie, John is rarely pictured with red, moving on from his marriage, and in a patriarchal society is able to do so easily, running a political campaign and having a child with another woman, Josephine. Mercy learns of Josephine and the baby in the church, invoking the influence of the Christian church in remarriage and divorce, exploring how Christianity and patriarchy intersect, normalizing and creating an expectation of a new lifelong commitment for a man, but not necessarily for a woman. While John finds new love in Josephine, persistent symbolism of religion, from the cross and Bible to Jesus, exhibits Mercy also finding love in Jesus and the church. Her association with the color red mimics a red on the Kenyan flag, a symbol of bloodshed in the fight for independence, while here it represents a lasting colonial institutions in Kenyan society. Here an imported ideal of Jesus hangs on her walls, replacing the green of John. The purple and red of the church is ever present in Rafiki. As Kena and Ziki sit drinking soda on a first date, the camera flashes repeatedly to the purple and red of Mama Team's stool and costume, and to the purple lips of her daughter Nduta, representing the ubiquity of the church and its ideals in their relationship. Kena and Ziki leave and metaphorically escape the reaches of the church as they walk through a purple cloth to reach the roof. Here their love is unimpeded by the world below. After Ziki and Kena are outed, their families bring them to be baptized by a pastor wearing purple, and both wake up wearing purple shirts, illustrating the pervasive grip of the church and its continued impacts on their love. The presence of a gay man, Tom, in the film throughout Kena and Ziki's relationship demonstrates the presence of same-sex love in Kenya outside of the pastel dreamscapes of Kena and Ziki. Tom is consistently shown as persecuted by his surroundings, from being beaten and verbally abused, to the pastor calling same-sex love shameful and unnatural as the camera pans to him, Kena and Ziki, serving as a stark reminder of the continuing existence of gay and lesbian Kenyans, despite the impositions of their environment. The final scene of him places him next to a crying Kena after being outed, but his unflinching expression, juxtaposed with Kena's tears, demonstrates that over time love can endure beyond the impact of its surroundings. Thank you for watching, and if you want to see more from Wanuri Kahiu, check out our 2009 short film Poomsy.